We are Steve and Jill.
Together, we've been buying and reselling land since the 90s.
Our data-centric approach leaves our buyers asking, how can you sell it so cheap?
Here on the Land Academy Show,
We answer that and more. Steve and Jill here.
Howdy.
Welcome to the Land Academy Show, entertaining land investment talk. I'm Stephen Jack Butala.
And I'm Jill DeWitt, broadcasting from the Valley of the Sun.
Today, Jill and I talk about land funding with integrity.
Why is that funny?
I'm just looking at you waiting.
Oh.
I'll start.
Well, do we really need to talk about this? But I guess we do. There's a lot of, it's in everything.
We created what I think, and I've been thinking about this lately because I'm trying to figure out, like everybody, what to do with the rest of my life. And this is a good thing. This land thing is a good thing. We've created an environment, a total full-blown, pure supply and demand, laissez-faire environment called Land Academy. And one of the things that has one of the unintended consequences of that, which is really what laissez-faire is, it's just let the market solve itself, is personal land funding. And so new people come in, they don't have a lot of money, they're starting out, it's totally normal and ordinary. And there's older people in the group that have less energy and a lot more money because they've had success. They want to fund and help the young people, which I think is an amazing consequence.
I love it.
But like everything, it comes with a little bit of responsibility and ultimately integrity. And it's starting to show its signs of, there's not such fair play going on. Look, we all want the unfair advantage, all of us. This is kind of the show now. But we do have some responsibility to do it correctly. So we'll talk about that. That's it?
Yeah.
Before we get into it, let's take a question posted by one of our members on the landinvestors.com online community. It's free. And don't forget to subscribe on the Land Academy YouTube channel and comment on the shows you like.
Okay, let me just pause for just a moment here. Sometimes you're like, can't you be a little more agreeable? Can't you just kind of say, okay? Do you have to comment on everything? This is actually in our personal life, not really on this environment.
It's not personal anymore.
Yeah, no, I'm sharing this. So maybe like, I don't know, 10 minutes ago. So anyway, so then I sit down and I do it. And he's like, what's wrong? Like, hold on a moment.
I just wonder if you're still breathing. If you don't have any snide comments about stuff that I'm saying, even on or off the camera.
No, I'll save them for off. Just kidding.
If you've ever lived with somebody for a number of years consecutively, that's a show. That's a call-in show.
That's really funny. Okay. Ty wrote, first potential deal. Just how risky is doing a notary close on a larger deal? I have a seller who needs their money faster or it's a deal breaker. He says like 3 or 4 days. It's a 10-acre buy at $28,000 deal to sell for $80,000-ish. Very confident on the numbers. County verified ownership and no tax issues. Legal access via gravel road to the property. I guess I'm asking, how bad can it be? Anybody ever just roll the dice? Thinking a warranty deed would cover me, and I'm sure he would have no issues with this. Seller owns his main residence and is not giving any signs of being sketchy. By the way, the $28,000 wouldn't kill me to lose, but I'd prefer to avoid it if possible. Basically, if the consensus is there's less than 10% chance of this going sideways, I think I would risk it. I know what I would do.
I do too. I bet it's the same thing.
Okay, wait. On the we're going to give her an answer, and it's going to be either buy it or not. That's what his only choice is: buy it or not.
After we answer the same way, I'm going to tell you what the risk is. I'm going to answer the question.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, buy it. And then get title afterwards.
But before you do that, you have 3 to 4 days, and this question's not super fresh. And when this airs, it'll be a lot more than 3-4 days from when we're recording.
He'll own it by then, I hope.
We could seek out, and maybe should seek this out in Discord and say, hey, what happened?
Yeah.
Here's a real risk there's a few risks, but the biggest risk is 4 days earlier, he did the same thing with somebody else. So that's a real serious concern that I would have. He's selling, you're the second or third person he's done that with, and you're going to end up with no property at all. And even the recorder might not know that. The
Right.
assessor for sure will not know that. So that's concern. Sounds like that's not the case because the recorder, now you're like 80, 90% sure by talking to the recorder. The recorder would say, what the hell's going on with this property? I've had 3 of these in, so
True.
you're probably
True.
good there. The second concern is there's something pretty serious going on with the physical actual property that you can't see from Google Earth, i.e. some environmental issue.
Right.
So but that wouldn't be necessarily, that's not going to be smoked out in any way by a title process or any of that. So guy probably just needs the money.
Right.
So
Usually.
I would make him sign really quickly. I would make him sign a 1-page agreement that says, I'm happy to do this for you. And and I would put it in the closing package. I want you to sign off that there's no liens on this property. And I want you to make a commitment to me. This is probably unenforceable, but you want him to sign it and just so he knows what's going to happen. I am going to go through title on this as soon as we close and you get your money. And I'm going to need you to sign a bunch of documents not to correctly not break the chain. And if he's like, yep. We've done deals like this.
Yeah, totally. I just see the cash now. I will totally do that with you.
So did I just take
No,
away
that
your
was
thunder?
perfect. No,
Okay.
it was good.
Oh, just quiet today. Today's topic, land funding with integrity. This is the meat of the show.
Oh, don't worry, babe. I have a lot to say.
I bet you do about
Yeah.
this. It's a hot topic right now in Discord and in our group.
I just think it's sad we have to bring this up. But we do. And I just want to say it even happens to us sometimes. People aren't always in there for the right reasons. They don't always follow through with what they say. So your job is to, be aware of it, trust your gut, and make sure you're doing the right thing. That's how I roll. And sometimes it takes time. It's interesting how many people, we're over it now, but even when we launched Land Academy, people were like, who are you guys? And how are you? How do we know you can successfully show me, how to buy and sell land as well as you do?
Tell me why you're not a crook.
That, kind of thing. And then now we're almost 7, we're over 6 years. It's 6 years now. I can't remember. Yeah, 6 years now, going on year 7 into Land Academy with
just started year 7.
Many successful people behind us that we have helped and taught and have a track record of them going, yeah. And again, some of them are making more money than we are, which is great. I love that. Go ahead.
Let me explain lending. Around 2009, I became aware of a new phrase, predatory lending. And it sunk Wall Street in the Great Recession, which consequently, the bond issuing, at the root of it, there was lack of credit, which was the faulty bond issuings and ratings, just shady stuff in Wall Street. And so it affected people with mortgages, and that's not going to happen now. But a lot of it was because of subprime lending and predatory lending. So let me come with me for a minute on what's going on inside the head of a lender, both in like a mortgage broker who's out to write loans, and a person who might own a mortgage company, and then the money guy behind them. There's 3 people. If I own a mortgage company, I went off long before I hired any salespeople, and I went and secured a source of capital. And these sources of capital work like this. Hi, Mr. Mortgage Company owner. You now have, congratulations, an unlimited source of capital, literally billions and billions and billions of dollars. All you have to do is get a great sales team together, have them issue mortgages for 3.5% or whatever the numbers are. And you have all these sources of banks and people to go back. I'm oversimplifying, but I, as a person who's makes myself look like a lender, which I'm not at all. I'm just a triage person. Right. All I'm doing is through my sales staff, putting together the end user who needs a mortgage for their house and a bank who's got tons and tons of money, access to money. And the bank doesn't even have their own money. They're still borrowing it. So if I can get a little spread between that 2% mortgage and a 3% mortgage I'm charging the end user, wait a minute.
Yep.
You mean my only job is to sign up people and get mortgages done? And if I do 2, I make the triage on 2 mortgages. Or if I do 200,000, I make the triage on that. Totally scalable. Right. Let's get started. So it fosters this mentality of I'll do anything to sign more people up. And so we're seeing that in our group. We're seeing people, regular people that we've had on our show, that are great at buying and selling land and have an amazing resume, way more impressive than ours.
Right.
Resort to things that are, in my opinion, not within the integrity, not within integrity. It's not integrity decisions. Here's an example.
Thanks.
The Thursday call, Jill, and for years now, we've been doing, would you do this deal? So people have in our group on a webinar, submit deals to us. And we usually have a guest on like Brandon Kuhn, or there's all kinds of other people in our group that help out, give us their opinions, another set of eyes.
Yeah.
And in one case, probably several cases, but I know of at least one case, there are other members who just want to be a lender, just want to be a deal funder. When we love a deal, this is all in real time, it's live.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, we love this deal. Congratulations, you're going to make a ton of money on it. You did a great job. You sent out the mail. You did everything you're supposed to do. And they're like, oh, wait, I got my phone's ringing. And so within that split second, truly in real time, we've got people in our group that are calling them saying, I'm going to loan you the money and here's my deal and don't do it with anybody else. It's out of bounds.
A little bit.
This is a single example of this is a lot of stuff going on. And, Jill and I.
It's going to be everywhere. So
we have to make a choice with this and a lot of other stuff. As the leaders or the founders of this group, should we get involved? Should we let it solve itself? And so my biggest answer, and we talked about this a lot, our answer is to provide some direction and create awareness or establish awareness. A lot of it happens on this podcast. That's what this episode's about. You have a ton of choices. Your job is to find and secure great deals.
Yeah.
And if you're not comfortable with the person who's blowing up your phone, just like in any other part of your life,
someone's chasing you,
cold calling you to lend you money just because it's 2% cheaper or a percentage cheaper as your partner, please don't do it. Find your own source of capital, which is why Jill and I created landfunding.com. If you submit it there, we will do our best to hook you up with somebody, including us, if it's the right deal for us. The vast majority are not. But we will hook you up with somebody in our group who's participating in that program, and there's no guarantees here. We think they're okay.
Right. We're doing our best. So
please be aware of it. And if you're in our group just to lend money, don't be a ding dong.
Yeah.
Please have some, the vast majority of on both sides, whether you're a lender or an investor, everything's fine.
It's really small, but we want you to be aware.
That's it.
That's it.
And we can't police this.
We can't what it?
Police it.
Oh, yeah.
And we don't want to.
Yeah. No.
We want everyone we want to have fun and make money.
You know
just
what I
like
love? Because we're all running our own companies. We're all running our own companies, which is nice. So you can say yes, you can say no. It's beautiful. Happy you could join us today. 5 days a week, you can find us here on the Land Academy Show.
Tomorrow is Jack Thursday.
And the show is What's Possible, What's Fair. You are not alone in your real estate forgetfulness.
You are not alone in your incorrect script writing. And Jill, you're not alone in helping.
I'm great.
You've been saving me all week.
I know. You sometimes poo-poo my note-taking, and right now you're really happy with my note-taking. That's really good.
I never poo-poo your note-taking.
Okay, thank you.
It's always a better show with notes.
Oh, thank you very much.
See all my notes here?
That's true. Well, then now we see the problem. If you need access to any sort of ownership or property details, including owner phone numbers and FEMA flood map overlays, please check out parcelfact.com or neighborscoop.com. Created by investors, that's us, for investors like you. Thank you for tuning in. We would love to connect with you tomorrow on Clubhouse. Join me or us. It has been every Thursday. Hold please. It's going to be going to the first and third Thursday at 1 o'clock Pacific time in the Land Investing Club. If you're not sure what's going on, just go to Clubhouse, go to the Land Investing Club, and the dates are current right now, so you can see when we'll be there.
Follow the club so you'll get notifications.
Yeah, exactly. We are Steve and Jill.
Information
and inspiration
to buy undervalued property.
We hope you find our content valuable and we appreciate your support. If you have not already, please check out our channel and hit the subscribe button.
And your comments and suggestions help us to create the content you're here for. Hitting the like button helps to support our channel's algorithm and gauge your interest for future shows.